All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin this lesson by giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High and the proper names in the Paleo Hebrew tongue. I want to say, Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakakadash Ma'amaf. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, whom the world ignorantly and willingly call God or Jehovah. Ba'ashim meaning in the name of. Yahweh Shai meaning he who delivers, whom the world ignorantly and willingly call JC today. I want to give a double honor to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who were well, and another double honor to my elder as well, Aharawan bin Yasha'Allah of the Lions Den camp here in Jacksonville, Florida. Salutations to the 144,000 hopeful elect pushing his truth across the four winds, and to the one-third remnant believers on Yahweh Shem Shah, Shalom, Shalom. Quick lesson put together through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shah, and I pray that it be edifying. So this lesson is going to be about an account that happened at work. So basically, Salakia. I was basically going up. I was working, and I was, going up to the 7th floor. And as I come off the elevator, it was two Jakes, a man and a woman. They had to be like 60, 70 years old. They were standing, and one he had on a gown, and basically the nurses had him walking up and down the hallway. So that's how you know when somebody getting ready to go home, they'll give them a little bit of freedom and see if they can walk. And they have them walking up and down the hallway for exercise, So as I come out the elevator, he said, "How you doing, young man?" I said, "I'm good. I'm all well." And I asked him how he was doing. He said, "I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed." And he said, "As soon as the Lord wake up and blow on you and wake you up in the morning, that's how you know you're blessed." And I was like, basically agreeing with him. I'm like, "Yeah, man, always blessed, man." He's like, "Yeah, man, wake up, pray. Sometimes you'll be facing the west. You got to turn around and face the east and pray, because that's where it come from. That's where the blessings come from." So I asked him, I said, "You a Hebrew?" He said, "Man, I was born a Hebrew, man, since birth." And I was like, and I was agreeing with him. And I basically told him, I was like, yeah, me as well. I'm one of the ones that teach on the side of on the street corners. And that's what he gave me a look, and he told me, he said, "Man, we need more young guys out there, because the youth is gone, basically. The youth has been led astray." And I asked him what his name was. He told me, he said, my name Reuben. And I told him, I was like, "I'm an Israelite of the tribe of Reuben." And as he was agreeing with me, and he was talking, started talking to his friend, and that's when he basically was saying, "All right, man, let me go before they come looking for me." Because, the nurses there, it's like, that's placed like a prison, man. You can't leave. You got to kind of break out of there, if you really wanted to go. I be, sitting in there, and I see, Jake, they be trying to, show that they ready to go home by basically getting up and walking around, at nighttime. But he had the nurses come and saying, "Man, why you out your room?" You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, this shit here a prison. Lord, please don't ever put me here, Lord willing. Keep me strong. So off that encounter, man, I thought about the lesson, each one reach one, teach one. Basically about how, the older brother, he basically said we need more young people out there to teach, to teach the youth. And it reminded me of this chapter in Matthew chapter 9, starting at verse 27. The chapter is basically about Yahweh Shai healing people. The young maid that everybody thought was dead, but Yahweh Shai was basically like, man, she sleep, and healed her. So I'm going to start at verse 27. It says, "And when Yahweh Shai departed thence, two blind men followed him, crying and saying, Thou, son of David, have mercy on us. And when he was coming to the house, the blind man came to him, and Yahushua said unto them, Believe ye that I am able to do this? They said unto him, Yea, Lord. Then touched he their eyes, saying, According to your faith be it unto you. And their eyes were open, and Yahushua straightly charged them, saying, See that no man know it. But they, when they were departed, spread abroad his fame in all that country. As they went out, behold, they brought to him a dumb man possessed with a devil. And when the devil was cast out, the dumb spake, and the multitudes marveled, saying, it was never so seen in Israel. But the Pharisees said, He casted out devils through the prince of devils. And Yahushua went about all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogues and preaching the gospel of the kingdom and healing every sickness and every disease among the people. But when he saw the multitudes, he was moved with compassion on them because they fainted and were scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd. Then said he unto his disciples, the harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few. Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest that he will send forth laborers into his harvest. So right, and back then, Yahweh Shai, being the head of every man, you know, it is a scripture basically in Ephesians talking about all the spirits that came forth, the spirit of being an evangelist, the spirit of being a prophet, a teacher, a disciple, all those spirits came ultimately from Yahweh, given to Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh Shai was basically, the first one to do the work on this earth. First he was sent free, and the first one to do the work and go and preach. And that signified, that started the beginning of the end. Basically when he died. But all those spirits of being an evangelist, being a prophet, being a teacher, it all came from Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, So he said, Zen said he unto his disciples, the harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few. So, even back then you had Yahweh Shai teaching, then his disciples, then it was accounts on how it was other men out there basically preaching and teaching in the name of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, So, right. And it says, pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest that he will send forth laborers into his harvest. And right, and that's what he did, because, every single man you see in this truth, we ultimately enter into these labors, that was ultimately started by Yahweh Shai, and carried on by Peter and his disciples, later on in this life. You had accounts about Israelites, believing that they Israel, even in slavery, singing psalms and hymns. It was quiet for a little minute. Then you had Elder Abba Bivens, and the elders of One West, ultimately given passed down to Elder Apostle Tahar. And you had the rest of the elders, the apostles of Great Millstone, that's constantly doing the work of Yahweh Shai, but ultimately it started from Yahweh Shai himself. He gave us those spirits to, be the opposite of Satan. They go to and fro throughout the earth doing wickedness, but we go to and fro throughout the earth spreading the gospel, basically teaching and preaching and looking for Yahweh Shai sheep. And my precepts might not be in order, but I'm going to go to Romans chapter 10, Romans chapter 10, I'm going to start at verse 13. And it says, whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe in him on whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher? So right. So through that, Yahweh Shai basically formed us in a womb to basically do this job. He gave us we came on this earth employed. Yahweh Bahashim Shai fashioned us in the womb to be preachers, teachers, apostles, prophets, you see what I'm saying, ministers on this earth, to basically let our people know that Yahweh Bahashim Shai is he who lives, he's the Alpha and Omega, So we are those preachers that was sent to, basically finish the work that Yahweh Shai started and basically bring some form of healing to this earth with these words of Yahweh Bahashim Shai. The scripture said they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. So we are those preachers that was basically raised up to do this work, man. And that's beautiful, and even knowing that, So before I get that, I'm gonna get John chapter 4. So I got it past it. John chapter 4 and verse 31. Basically when Yahweh Shai was talking to the woman at the well, and let her know. But I'm starting at verse 31. And it says, so right, Yahushua was talking to the woman at the well, and it says, John chapter 4 verse 31, it says, in the meanwhile, his disciples prayed him, saying, Master, eat, because they had left and to get meat, and they came back, seeing Yahushua talking to the woman, and it says, verse 32, it says, but he said unto them, I have meat to eat that ye know not of. And it says, therefore said the disciples one to another, have any man besought him aught to eat? Yahushua said unto them, my meat is to do the will of him that sent me and to finish his work. So, right, same with us. Let me open this door so lock it. So, same with us, man. Our meat is to do the will and the work of Yahweh Shem Shah and endure to the end and do this work. That's our job. That's a job that Yahweh Shem Shah bestowed upon us from the womb. We in the fourth dimension, getting ready to be set back down. And Yahweh Shem Shah gave us strict orders and told us that we got to walk this path and drink this cup. So he said that's his meat. His meat was to do the will and the work of Yahweh Shem Shah. And it says, verse 35, say not ye, there are yet 4 months, and then cometh the harvest. Behold, I say unto you, lift up your eyes and look on the field, for they are white already to harvest. And he that reapeth receiveth wages, and gathereth fruit unto life eternal, that both he that soweth and he that reapeth may rejoice together. And right now, we doing this work. It's like being passed a baton, man. We doing this work to bring forth fruit to Yahweh Shem Shah. And it says, verse 37, and herein is that saying true, one soweth and another reapeth. I sent you to reap that wherein ye bestow no labor, other men labor, and ye are enter into their works. So right, we are enter into the works, of Yahweh Shah ultimately, the disciples, that came after him, and the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, that grabbed that baton and started to run. It was increased in wisdom, knowledge, understanding of Yahweh Shem Shah, causing them to light fires in us, to where now we're able to light others' fires, so we enter into those labors, each one, reach one, teach one. All right. So, right. But that was a strict commandment right here in Luke chapter 4. In verse 23, Salakia. Luke chapter 4, verse 12. Salakia, man. One moment. All right, I'm back. All right, so Luke chapter 14 and verse 12, it says, then said he also to him that bade him, when the master make a dinner or a supper, call not thy friends, nor thy brethren, neither thy kinsmen, nor thy rich neighbors, lest they also bid thee again, and a recompense be made thee. But when thou makest a feast, call the poor, the maimed, the lame, the blind. So right, many are called, but few are chosen. So there's not many noble are called, and certain people in this, in this world, 2/3 of our people, they just not gonna be able to get it. No matter how many times we tell them. It says, it says, verse 14, but thou shalt be blessed, for they cannot recompense thee, for thou shalt be recompensed at the resurrection of the just. So, basically doing the work and adding fruit, and gaining fruit from doing the work of Yahweh Shem Shah is going to ultimately cause us to be blessed, receive a blessing, and being able to make it into a chariot, being able to make it to the marriage supper, all these things, receiving a crown ultimately, You see what I'm saying? So verse 15, it says, and when one of them that sat at meat with him heard these things, said unto him, blessed is he that shall eat bread in the kingdom of Yahweh. Then said he unto him, a certain man made a great supper and bade many, and sent his servants at supper time to say to them that were bidden, come, for all things are now ready. Right? And that's basically us, going to finishing the works, of Yahweh Shai, of the elders and apostles, here on this earth. So now, we doing all things that we doing to basically make it to that marriage supper, to be able to sup and drink wine with Yahweh Shai. So, right. But when the time comes, it's going to be a Matthew chapter 25 spirit. Everybody going to be trying to get ready, but a lot of people ain't going to take no oil with them. Verse 18, it says, as they all with one consent began to make excuse, the first said unto him, I bought a piece of ground, and I must needs go and see it. I pray thee, have me excused. And another said, I have brought 5 yoke of oxen, and I go to prove them. I pray thee, have me excused. So he was worried about his house. The first was worried about his land, and the second was worried about his animals. He wasn't worried about, coming to do the work, coming to camp, coming to teach, coming to preach, and actually walking in the ministry that Yahweh Shemashah laid before them. You see what I'm saying? So there's all asking to be excused. It says verse 20, and another said, I have married a wife, and therefore I can't come. So that servant came and showed his lord these things. Then the master of the house, being angry, said to his servants, go out quickly into the streets and lanes of the city, and bring hither the poor and the maimed and the halt and the blind. Right, because the rich man ain't gonna be able to get it. The super rich, the ones whose cares is in his life, he's not gonna be able to get it. So the Lord said, go get the maimed, the halt, and the blind. It says verse 22, and the servant said, Lord, it is done as thou hast commanded, yet there is room. And he said, and the Lord said unto the servant, go out into the highways and hedges and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled. Right, and that word compel goes into threat, basically. So you're compelling them to come in, the house may be filled, that supper, and that's what we do. We act as we are those servants that go out into the highways and byways and teach every Saturday, letting our people know that America is going to be destroyed. Babylon is going to be destroyed. The Revelations 13 and 16 is coming. You see what I'm saying? Your only hope and salvation in this world would be Yahweh Shemel Shai, is Yahweh Shemel Shai. You see what I'm saying? If you choose, if he choose you to chase him or to follow him. You see what I'm saying? Everybody else that wasn't called or chosen, they not going to be able to get it. So, right. It says, verse 24, for I say unto you that none of those men which were bidden shall taste of my supper. Right. So all those that, when Yahushua was walking this earth, they always had something to say. He cast out devils by the prince of devils. He ain't they had everything to say about Yahushua. So guess what? They not going to be able to make it into they going to see the elect get beamed up into chariots. They going to see the elect blessed in the time of Jacob's trouble while they going through it. Thinking about how they hated instruction. So right. So right, and keep going. And that's just what it is, man. So Yahweh Shemashah commanded us to go out to the highways and byways and preach and teach that his house may be filled, man. So each one, reach one, teach one. It's going to be the last precept. In the book of Isaiah, chapter 62, in verse 6, and it says, I have set watchmen upon their walls of Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence, and give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. So right, we're going to constantly stand upon our watch and exalt Yahweh Shemel Shai on the earth. Drop these lessons, teach, read, reading, what I was going to say, filling your cup back up, So right, we represent that watchman. It says, give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. So right, it's still work to be done. It's still work that needs to be done. Until the day that they shut the internet off. Now we're gonna be really in the stead of Yahushua. walking in the ways of Yahushua, because he gonna lead people to you. That's his sheep. That you now it's gonna be you have to get them their daily bread. You know, you have to get your daily bread earned from Yahushua and constantly read and teach them. Just like how we be at camp every Saturday. You know, you at camp every Saturday looking for a fish, trying to catch you a fish. You know, so Yahweh Shemashah gonna have your fish, his sheep, you know, right in front of you every day. And you gonna have to, you might wake up in Jacob's trouble, go through a little bit. Yahweh Shemashah gonna give you a lesson, you know, to keep them motivated, you know, to keep the sheep fed. You know, so that just might what it be. It might just be like that in Jacob's trouble. You know, Yahweh Shemashah might say, all right, well, he can handle 5 sheep, so I'm gonna get him these 5 sheep, and you know, he gonna stay sharp, because now he gonna continue to read, going through whatever they're going through, and I'm gonna exalt them and basically give the wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and protection during these times, man. So it's still work to be done, man. So pray that Yahweh Shemashah sends more workers, you know, into the field, each one reach one, teach one. I pray this lesson was edifying. Shalom, on to the next.